So, with the Trump inauguration happening on Tuesday, what I want to cover now is on the dollar index, and I want to cover the dollar as a whole. What will happen with the dollar moving forward? I wanted to go into previous statistics and proof of what's happened when Trump was in the White House in 2016, the way the dollar moved, and if there are similarities right now to 2024. And then I want to go into what I predict will happen with the dollar and ways that I'm looking to play the market or against the dollar here in this situation. So let's go right into it. I want to go into some of the statistics and charts I'm looking at the moment. The first chart I want to show you is the Dixie after a Trump election. So here you have a 2006 movement in the dollar index after the Trump election. In the dark, continue to fall down for the rest of this period here. So at the moment, we've had the move up 1, 2, so 2 legs up, similar to 2016. And now we have potential for a move down and a break below this level, and then probably with the dollar going down. Now, obviously, this is me just looking at what happened previously. It's not necessarily what's going to happen this time around, but it's looking like it's very, very likely that this can happen. And what I wanted to cover here is the reason why I think this might happen, and one of the sectors I think will do really well is gold. So, number one, the reason why I think the dollar will underperform or start falling is because the daily sentiment index, the 50-day moving average, is now overbought here. So it's achieving these high levels. Previously, when it's exceeded 80, gold has done really well, and we've already seen gold move. I've already positioned myself in some gold stocks because gold, I think, is due for a run all the way up to 3,000, maybe even 3,300. So when this has previously happened, we've seen gold perform really, really well. So that's one of the sectors that I'm looking at. And when this has happened, we've also seen gold after 12 months do almost 25% in gains. So if we get 25% gains here with gold, we're probably going to around 3,300, 3,400. So is that a very likely target now with the dollar starting to fall and exceeding this 80 level on the 50-day average? That's one of the things I'm going to cover a little bit later as well in the charts to show you guys how it's all going to connect here. This chart also covers 100 days before or after the election since 1972. You're going to see here how the dollar performs. With the Trump era, or the two Trump administrations, the first one here, it moved up higher and then moved down. Right now, the dollar's showing strength, but I'm expecting it to dip because I think it is overbought here. And the charts will be very clear in the next few slides. So that's something that I'm looking at. And this is something that I wanted to cover now in the charts. So if we go into the Dixie, this is what I'm looking at. You see the first move up higher, a dip. We've had a few dips, actually 1, 2, bouncing off this trend line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and then we had a break yesterday. And this corresponded almost perfectly with gold performing really well. So if I go to my gold chart here really quickly, you can see that gold performed really well. And gold has been moving higher since the 17th of December. So let's go to Dixie. What's happening on the Dixie? From the 17th, I think it's probably resistance around the 110. That's exactly on the dot. Sorry, at 17th we had here. It's moved a little bit higher, but now we're getting the dollar moving down lower. So although the dollar's been moving higher, gold has been moving higher, which is a positive sign. And then now that gold and the dollar was moving lower, I'm expecting gold to go again even higher here, probably with stronger momentum into new highs. And as you can see here, we've had a breakout and then a second breakout here. And if we're getting a move for 25% on gold, we are looking at 350. First, we have to break that barrier of 2,900, 3,000. And then I think we can then go even higher here for that 25% gain in gold. The second opportunity that I see in the markets, and it's kind of counterintuitive here, but I'm looking at HSI, which is the Chinese market. I think it'll do really, really well. And I've been watching the Chinese market very carefully because I find most of the stocks there are fairly valued or even undervalued. So here, I've bought the HSI for my ISA in the UK, and I've accumulated it once, twice on these dips. So these are kind of like the long-term play. But if you're looking to invest in the Chinese market, so Alibaba is probably the best option right now in the markets. And then we also have some other plays which I'll share with you guys. So Baba here is due a move higher, and we have potential for a breakout for a 1-to-5 risk ratio here on this swing play that I'll probably be playing. Could be even higher here if I go a bit tighter on the stop loss to 1-to-8, 1-to-10. Let's see, but this could be about a 38% gain here on Alibaba. Then we have Li, which is kind of connected to EVs as well. So if Tesla does well alongside the Chinese market as well, we can see Li really performing well here. I like the consolidation here. I think we can get a nice move now that we've consolidated one more time. We've had another buy up around this area here, 22. We break above $23, $25, $24, $25, and then we are going higher here for probably 1-to-5 or even more, depending on how tight I am with those stop losses. And then we have a number of other opportunities here in the Chinese market. But the third sector that I think will do really well, the third industry you could say, is crypto. So Bitcoin has already shown signs of some sort of recovery here since the 12th of January, which is that time where the dollar peaked at 110. We've seen the dollar drop as Bitcoin is rising. I am in a trade with Bitcoin here around 67.5k. 97.5k here. I have traded previously this move from 67 to 67, 69, and then now I'm looking for price to go even higher here to 120 for 20 to 30% gain here. So I'm in a fairly decent place here. I do think that we can get a slight dip as the dollar rises a little bit. We get a slight dip on Bitcoin, and then we get the move to 120 and higher. So this is something that I'm looking at very carefully. And then with Ethereum, slightly different formation here because we don't have that higher high, higher low, but I'm expecting maybe more consolidation here around this level, and then we break up about over 3,500, and then we aim for 4,500, maybe even 5k on this one for 1-to-3, or maybe even higher. So that's something that we're watching out for here. I'm definitely watching out for it, and I've shared it on my Telegram group for free. So it's something that it's a very, very good idea to go against the dollar. Now, of course, you can also play the euro dollar, and you can play other currencies. Because I'm a swing trader, I tend to not play these currencies because I would need a lot of leverage, and it doesn't really appeal to me. But I feel like the euro will do really well here as well. I've been watching this very, very carefully. This move here, all the way back to around the retest here for 1-to-2. Again, it doesn't offer the best risk-reward ratios. That's the reason why I haven't taken it. You can probably buy on the dip here and then for the move up higher. But, it's just, we have to wait and see. I'm not a Forex trader. I'm more a crypto and stocks. And in terms of stocks that I've bought, I told you the ones I bought for the Chinese market and the ones I'm looking at. But I bought recently AEM, which I think is doing really well at the moment. And it's a nice breakout here from a consolidation. And I think it can do even better if gold continues to rise. As you can see here, I bought it around 85. This one's been shared on my Telegram for free, so you guys can go and join that. The link is in the bio. But there's basically a breakout here as gold was rising, and then I bought it here, and I'm now in a decent profit. Actually, I have a stop loss around 83, so quite tight, and I'm looking for 1-to-6 here for a 20% gain on AEM. So although I didn't buy gold itself, I have bought a stock that's moving really well with gold. All right, guys, so that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Also, go and follow me on Instagram, TikTok, where I provide short form content on the markets. And go and join my Telegram. It's completely for free. I don't provide signals. I just provide my ideas and insights there. You can do whatever you want with those ideas. It's just mainly for educational purposes for you guys to see what a profitable swing trader does day in, day out. What I look at, how I analyze the markets, and what stock picks I am making day in, day out. Right. Until next time.